Hello friends, this is Poonam from Paint and Clay Studio, and today I'm going to show you some different techniques of using the basic Thai clay flower tools to make your flowers. Now in my background you can see a lot of flowers I have kept on display. I'm just going to show you a few of them. These are gladiolus, roses, bird of paradise, some morning glories, beautiful tulips. This is the fall arrangement, the cymbidium, water lily, and a lot of flowers you can make of your own using these techniques of using different tools. So here we go. So these are the tools which we generally use to make our flowers. I'm step by step going to display everything to you. This is ball tool medium, which has a medium ball at one side and an even smaller ball at the other side. That's the same, a little larger, that's ball tool large. Both are made of heavy metal so that you don't need to apply any pressure on the petals to make your flowers. It's just the normal pressure of the tool is enough because the weight is enough for the flowers. Now this is the veining tool. You can see some veins, some lines at the back. This is the veining tool to give the veining effect. That's the small golf tool, or some people call it hockey tool also. Like that only we have a big golf tool. That's the big golf tool, and like that only we have the veining tool, but then the veining tool has veins at the back. And this is the spatula tool, which I have recently discovered out of one of the stores nearby. The spatula tool, the tweezer tool for which we need to tweeze anything or something. This is the hook tool, which has a hook at the back like this. That's a frilling tool, the most important tool which we generally need for frilling. And that's just like the frilling tool, only we have a square tool which has a square edge at one side, a scissor and a thread trimmer. So these all tools we generally use to make the Thai clay flowers. Now step by step I'm going to show you the use of these tools. I have rolled on one sheet. I'm going to take one petal out of this cutter and I'm going to thin it using my finger. Thinning is the universal thumb rule. You can never skip thinning. I'll close down the sheet, wrap it into a cling sheet or something, and then you can keep the sheet like this in a box and reuse it again. And that's the universal petal veiner. I'm going to show you how to use the veiners also. If the veiner is new, you've just opened it, you need to grease it with the Vaseline. Now you need to take the veins like this and take it out. Take it out of the veiner, and you're going to have these beautiful veins on the veiner like that. Now I'm going to show you how to use different tools. So step by step I'm going to use different tools. First of all, I'll start with the frilling tool. That's the frilling tool, and I'm going to start frilling with it. If I use the frilling tool on my finger, I'll start getting these kind of frills, some bends like this. That's the frilling tool. You can get frills out of this tool. Now certainly the square tool is also somewhat like frilling tool only, but then it has square edges. So when I roll down my square tool over the edges, I can have frills along with the lines at the same time. So I don't need to frill and get the lines, use the square tool again and again. On one hand only, if I want to make the lines and the frills together, I can use the square tool and get these lines out of it. Now I'm going to show you the golf tool. Now the golf tool helps you in doing the embossing. Now at the back of the petal, if I roll down a golf tool, my petal will get that embossing effect at the back. So the petal, if you need to show any embossed effect on one side, you may use the golf tool. Now like that only golf tool, I have a smaller golf tool for smaller petals. So if in case you're making some small petals, you want to give embossing effects to some small petals, you may have a smaller golf tool which will give you embossing effect at the back in a smaller portions. So smaller embossing effects you'll be needing. This is for the smaller golf tool. Now if you want to make some calyxes, you need to have some of the tools where you can make the calyxes out. Like for example, if you need to make these kind of calyxes, which you can see in this hypericum berries, these calyxes I have made very easily through this tool, the magical tool I call it. It's a spatula tool and it's a very beautiful tool. I'll just show you how to use this tool. You have to take a ball, you have to create a teardrop. Now you need to cut it into 4 or 5 sections. Probably I'll cut it in 5. You have to cut it in 5 sections. It's done. And now you need to use the tool and just pinch them. Pinch, pinch and pinch. You need to pinch them, and you just need to use the tool in such a way that it'll create a beautiful small little flower at the end. And the other side of the tool will give you, the other side of the tool generally I use it for the thinner or the small little calyx thing, and here we go for the small little flower. That's a small little flower which I have made out of the spatula tool. And now I'm going to show you the use of ball tool. Ball tools are generally been used for making I'll show you in this petal only. Like for example, you need to create the ball effect, a little depth or a kind of a bowl effect at the bottom. This kind of effect is done by the ball tool. So it has a ball kind of effect. If you keep it like this, it'll be bended. So this is the big ball tool, and that's the medium ball tool. And then we have a little sizes also, different sizes which you can use to make your flowers. And like that only you can make all the flowers petal by petal. That's one petal. You can use it for rose, for peonies, for a lot of different flowers. So now I will show you the use of a tweezer tool and the veining tool. This is the veining tool which has veining marks at the back. So I'll show you the use of the tweezer tool and the veining tool here. So this is a small chunk of light green colored clay, and that's a 20 gauge paper coated wire. I'm going to create a small little bud out of it. So I have rolled down into a teardrop, and I'll insert the wire from the non-pointed edge, and I have to pick up a little, drag a little clay to create the stalk of this clay, of this bud, like that, and I'll create it smoothly to give us a nice plain stalk surface here. So that's the bud. I'm going to create some lines out of any of the pointed tools is fine. You just need to make some lines here, like say 1 and 2 and 3. So these are 3 lines which I have made, and I'm gonna use the veining tool now. Now how do I have to use the veining tool? I'll show you here. You have to take the veining tool and start marking from the back portion like this. Pull it down. This vein part, the groove part, should hit the surface where you need to create the lines, like this. half of the work is done here. You actually don't need to do anything else here. Just show you. Just have these marks, the lines, and you just need to do like this. So whenever we are making some quick buds, you just mark like this with the veining tool and it will be perfect. Now if you want to use the tweezer tool, then the buds will have a little edgy angle and it will look more realistic. But then you need to create some fluted effect. You have to pinch it with the help of the tweezer tool. I don't know whether it is clear or not, but then this looks more real. The Alstroemeria buds I especially make like this. I use the tweezer tool in all the directions to get these embossed folds. It looks beautiful with the help of the tweezer tool. Like this, and the more edgy you want to make it, it'll look much better. So I'll just pinch it. So if you make hibiscus or you make morning glories or flowers like that, the buds you can simply roll and create like that. I don't know which bud am I making, but then it's just my hands are moving. I don't know why am I doing all this. So that's the bud, if you could see. The use of these two tools are done, and now I'll show you the use of the hook tool. That's the hook tool, and this is the 16 gauge wire which I've already covered with clay to create the stalks. And this is one of the flowers which I'm making. This is cymbidium. I'm in the process of making, so I've been making a lot of cymbidiums. I don't know why am I showing all this to you. I've been in the process of making these cymbidiums, and I'll just show you the procedure. I'm not going to fix it properly here, but I'll just show you the procedure, how it works. So when you, or else I'll just keep the cymbidium here and I'll show you the bud, how to fix the bud. So I'll just take the bud and I'll cut it into a little smaller stalk here like this. And if in case you need to adjust it or fix it into the main stalk, how will you do it? You need a hook tool to create a cavity here. I'll just create a cavity, loosen out the space. I'll just create a cavity. Now here you can see there is a small little cavity into which I'll just pour a little glue and I'll fix it up like this. So that's the use of the hook tool, to create the cavities and to fix the flowers to the main stalk. So I have shown you the use of all these beautiful tools to make your flowers look more beautiful and realistic. I hope the video was clear to everybody and the use of tool was very clear to everybody here. If in case anybody has any of the issues or any questions or any doubt, or if anybody wants to buy some materials regarding the Thai clay flower art, you can just ping me on WhatsApp at 8826455900 and I'll give you all the details about whatever materials you need. And I have a YouTube channel, Paint and Clay Studio. Please subscribe to it for regular updates on the tutorial videos which I keep posting for different things. And I have the paid tutorials for a few flower courses where you can just follow the tutorials and you can make your own flowers in Thai clay. So keep watching and all the best for your flowers. Thank you so much. Thank you.